What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Cover Price Top 10 Show, the last one for the month of October. It is October 27. We are days away from Halloween. As you can see, we are in the Halloween spirit. We got Travis wearing a wonderful mask. But I want to say shout out to the chat, of course, who's here joining us live, and those of you catching the replay. Oh man, we have a fun list this week. Let's go around the horn and say hi to everybody. Travis, what's up?
What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? Glad to be back. What's up, chat? I see a lot of folks in there already chatting it up. So, got a great list tonight. I am so excited. Got some really cool ones on here. And I will not be living in the Ophir Abyss tonight, which is very rare for me. I usually have permanent residence. That's my summer home, except I'm there all year long.
Yep, I'm happy, and I know exactly which books as well that you have in your collection. You guys, before going live, these guys for some reason were singing the theme song to Muppet Babies, and now it's stuck in my head. So thank you for that. Yeah, it's in there. It's in there. But yeah,
You're
man,
welcome.
Izzy, yeah, you're welcome, Izzy. What's going on?
Hi-oh! What's going on, everybody? Like we mentioned before, it's so much. I love when I see a list of books that I never expect to be in this list, make this list. And I think this is going to be the first time we ever say this in a show. When they come up, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. Guys, I kind of want to give a big shout out, man. Izzy, it was a very busy weekend. And
Yeah,
I think
tell
we
me.
need to give credit at 1000% to you and everybody that was involved with Comics Curing Cancer, man. $64,000 raised so far. If you guys aren't aware yet, it was an event. It's been taking place for the last couple of years, and you know, all proceeds. Remind me exactly which charity it goes to for the cancer research.
So it's American Cancer Society. Comics Curing Cancer is a annual event. It's actually a yearly event. We do it all year round, but really this
Yeah.
past weekend we did a YouTube extravaganza, 24 hours for 3 days straight, pretty much, because we also had people from Australia, the UK doing shows. So we try to keep the whole 24-hour feel going around. We were able to raise well over $64,000. We should be actually over $65,000, which our goal was 55. We just killed it this year. And I'm happy to say, you know, it was a big part of it. I even had some sketches I did. I'll show you guys a little bit later if you want to see them. Some of the sketches I did for the show. One came out really. I got to show this banger. This is I think this is my prized position out of all of them. I was able to do a mummy live.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's killer.
I did this in like 30 minutes, guys. If you go back to the streams, you'll see it. You could hear the guys like, dude, what are you doing to us? You're making us look bad. And you know, it was just so much fun. I love doing it. This is my third year doing it already, and I'll do it again next year. That's my plan, to do it again next year, because we're all, you know, everybody we know at least one person that's been affected by cancer, if not ourselves. I've been affected by cancer by the means of my uncles, both my uncles from my father's side, my father and my mom's side. They've both been diagnosed with cancer. I lost them to it, and I know we all share that, unfortunately. And you know, this is just a good event, good people getting together and putting the fight against the true supervillain, which is cancer. So I'm happy to be a part of it. So, and you can still donate if you guys want to donate. You can still donate. We, you know, just because that ended doesn't mean we're ending. It's a year-round event. So, thanks again for mentioning it.
Yep.
No, of course, man. I had to bring it up because, again, wonderful people coming together throughout the comic community, everybody involved. I mean, the comic lovers showed up because a lot of things sold and are being contributed now to this every year, all year round. And, you know, you guys did wonderful things. And definitely next year, if there's any way I could be part of that, I'd love to be. Simply because, yeah, it is a wonderful cause. And $65,000, congratulations to you and everybody involved. That is absolutely huge. So shout out to all the comic lovers and all geek things related that showed up for this event.
And special shout out to Rob Fatstack, Legion of Comics, and DJ Lynx, as well as Austin LeMay, who were big parts. They were the ones doing the long streams, man. I did 5 hours, man, and even that was like, okay, I'm done.
Yep.
So,
But all right, guys, it is time we get into the top 10 because it is a very, very mighty one. A very interesting one, too, man. Especially, well, I don't want to give too much away. We're going to get into some books that I would have never thought were going to make the top 10. But here we are. So let's kick it off with tonight's runner up. Izzy, what do we got?
well, you thought we weren't going to have any monsters books. Well, we got Mark Spears' Monsters, The Monster and the Wolf #1. This is the blind bag cover A48 foil, which is a beautiful homage, of course. This one had a high raw sale of $63. No grades yet, as of yet, and we tracked the 7-day trend of 28%. The Monster and the Wolf blind bag saw a ton of action last week, and we're just continuing that trend. This book is still hot. We tracked 14 copies sold within that 7-day growth trend of 28% with that high sale of $63, man. Again, this is the one that stood around, and for good reason.
I had a feeling about this one when we were going over the list last week. This one kind of stuck out, and it's the one that I'm seeing kind of on the secondary, like on these on eBay Lives or Whatnot streams or anytime you're seeing these books being resold. It seems like this one is continuing to be pretty hot for people that are buying them now after they've already been ripped. So this one, I just kind of had a vibe, gave me that vibe of like, oh, this might be the one that hangs around, you know? Yeah, not surprised, but great stuff. Shout out to Mark. And there's definitely got some staying power here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy because last week's list, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 11 belonged to this book right here, The Monster and the Wolf. Mark Spears dominated the list. He joined us to have a full conversation regarding these books. And it was so cool to hear the backstories behind, his covers and all of the stuff that he brought forth last week was just really awesome to have these type of conversations with somebody who absolutely dominated the top 10 list. But when it comes to the covers, yes, this is a very nice one. I saw somebody in the chat saying that the black version is cooler. I can see that. I dig the black. I think it pops. You could also see that smoke of the cigarette a little more, but it's minor detail, but no matter what, man, I thought all the covers were absolutely awesome, man. It was really cool to have that conversation with Mark Spears, but we are gonna kick off the top 10, and surprisingly, there is no Mark Spears because he came in this week as the runner-up right here with Mark Spears' Monsters, The Monster and the Wolf, #1, a Mark Spears blind bag cover. It was cover A48, and it is a foil, and it had a top sale for Run Your Mint at $63 and a 7-day trend of 28%. Travis, my man, let's kick off the top 10. Let's go.
Let's get it. First up, we have at number 10, Dead Samurai. Number 3, the Bill Sinkovich Virgin variant. This is the 1 in 15. Guys, this is just a ridiculous, awesome cover that has just caught some eyes this week. So we did track 9 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 100%, and we did see a high sale for a raw near mint copy of $45. So looking at a near mint fair market value around $24-25 here, but high sale $45, and man, this one is striking. I mean, there's so many things that I just kind of find that I didn't see before because of the use of all the heavy fog. I keep finding new little details in this as I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, I missed that the first time. This one's killer. If I come across this one for a decent price, like this is probably one I'm jumping on because it's a little terrifying of a cover, but I like it a lot. Like it's very good.
If there's anybody I want to hear, it's you, Izzy. I want to hear your take on it.
It's Bill Sienkiewicz, man. What was there to say that hasn't been said about Bill Sienkiewicz? He is the GOAT when it comes to all this stuff, especially when it comes to horror. It's like, first you look back at all the stuff that he's been doing going back all the way, New Mutants, Moon Knight, and everything that followed afterwards. This is, like you said, it's frightening, man. Just seeing a zombie in the water, it's crazy. And I just love his subtle details. Like you said, it's subtle, right? there's not as many colors, so it has that kind of sepia tone to it as well with it. So he has a lot of browns and oranges, and then he got the smoke, the moon, even the details when it comes to the leaves, man. And I think that's Dave Bautista in the background. But so, but yeah, why not, man? And it's a book that a lot of people don't talk about, Dead Samurai, which is a great book from what I know. So it's just so cool. And this is what a virgin variant should look like.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping to catch this on a dip. Because seeing this one cross the list, man, Sienkiewicz absolutely he just absolutely crushed it on this cover. Yes, I you guys are saying that it's creepy and everything, man, but there's something about it. Like, okay, yeah. I don't know if it's because the dude looks like Morgan Freeman. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at it.
Well, it looks like a cross between Morgan Freeman and Iris Elba.
Right?
Yeah.
I get that vibe, but man, the cover is just absolutely amazing. Sienkiewicz, he crushed it. Sick cover, and I'm with Lords of Brooklyn because nobody here on this panel has this book. That is for sure. But yeah, I hope to catch this on the dip. Really, really nice cover. Coming in at number 10, guys, we have Dead Samurai, issue number 3. Bill Sienkiewicz, Virgin variant, 1 in 15 ratio, with a top sale for Run Your Mint, $45 and a 7-day trend of 100%. Izzy, what do we got at number 9?
Number 9, it was going to show up sooner or later. Every time we get an Exquisite Corpse book comes out, Exquisite Corpse number 6, the Michael Walsh Secret Foil. This book has a high sale of $80 with number of copies tracked at 21 with a 7-day trend of 41%. It's another secret cover, guys. It's another one. Every time Exquisite Corpse drops a book, there's a secret foil that everybody goes crazy hunting down, and this one's no different. This book is tracking high. As you can see, we have a high sale of $80. However, this current fair market value about $44. So look out for it. And now it looks like there's enough cards out there so you could actually play the game. And I was at New York Comic Con. I saw the game in play.
Okay, exactly. And so you got to see it, and I got to shout out my brother Igor, who's here in the chat, man. He actually DM'd me the video straight from New York Comic Con that explains the entire gameplay stuff. Now, I haven't fully watched the video yet because it's rather lengthy, broken down in separate videos because obviously the files are too big. But I can't wait, dude. I've been picking up all the Polybag stuff. Every issue in Polybag. There's issue, I believe, 7 on FOC this week. So you might want to pick that up as well in a Polybag. But these secret foils, man, they do so well. I remember when issue number 1, the Ash Can came out, man. Everybody was on that. That was selling north of like $100. And Exquisite Corpses has been an absolute hit. I've loved every second of it so far. We are now 6 issues in, 6 solid banger issues. This feels like it's written straight for TV, man. Straight for TV. Maybe a movie, maybe, but I want to see this developed in some way, whether it be in a movie or television. It's just so good. And Tynion has that habit of doing that with every title he touches, man.
Yeah, I agree. And then with Titan, but we'll talk about Titan some more. I think this week is Titan week, is it? If last week was Mark Spears week, this is kind of Titan's week. With all the stuff we're going to talk about with Titan later. I agree with you. I think this does have film appeal to it. Yeah. You have a story behind it. You have a concept behind it. You have, Purge meets Hunger Games kind of thing. All that stuff goes in there. Clue as well as part of that process. So, yeah, I could see it. I think that Tatum writes towards that. That's kind of like his style anyway. He writes with the idea in mind that this could be something else.
Yeah. It feels like he sees the adaptation in his head, right? Like like as you're reading a lot of his stuff, you think, man, this would look good on screen, man. Like even the stuff that maybe didn't pop like some of his bigger works. It feels like every time you read him, the pacing feels like on screen. The way the direction that the stories tend to go feels like something you would see on screen. And I think it makes his reads kind of unique and fun in that way. I mean, it feels like every time you pick up a new one, and we always talk about, each issue feels like a new episode. Literally, each issue feels like a new episode with him, and just feels every issue feels like it matters. So I think you're right on it.
Yeah, and let's not give him all the credit, because Michael Walsh is a big part of it, because it's Michael Walsh's idea of the game. That's what it really was. So Michael Walsh was the one that was responsible for the creation of this game, and just Tiny just kind of like cleaned it up for him as a writer. So it's really is both of their works that's part of this. Obviously, it's part of Tynan's writing, but it's really about Michael Walsh. She worked in the card industry for a little bit with Magic the Gathering, from what I remember from the panel. So there's a little bit of that going on as well. So, and the game sounds fun. I got to witness it. So,
yeah, no, dude, it looks super interesting. That's why I'm all in on the polybags, man. I'm picking those up because I definitely want in on the game once all of the cards are available. But not only that, man, when it comes to the story is just absolutely amazing. I'm really enjoying this. One thing I learned, don't get attached to any characters whatsoever. Although these books are so well written to make you fall in love with these characters, don't fall in love, man. Kind of like Walking Dead, you fell in love with characters and
don't do it.
They just took them from you. But anyways, an amazing book. At number 9, guys, we've got Exquisite Corpses issue number 6. Michael Walsh right here. Secret foil variant. Top sale for this one in a raw near mint copy was $80, and it had a 7-day trend of 41%. Now, if you guys are fans of Tinian, hang tight, guys. We're going to have some more Tinian right here. Tinian, my bad.
Well, I have to read this one. This one's like a gut punch to read, guys. Next up, number 8, we have Something is Killing the Children. Number 1, the first printing, tracking at a 7-day growth trend of 55%. This week, we had a top sale in a CGC 9.8 at $1,459. And if you haven't been following along, it was announced this week that Netflix was no longer in charge. At least this is how I understand it. So correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But Netflix would no longer would be in charge of making the Something is Killing the Children movie or series that they were working on, and now it has been captured by horror icons Blumhouse. And they have partnered with Tynion to adapt this into both a live action movie and an adult animated series. I think that's a very interesting idea. Making this series into an adult animated series. Looking at Werther de Ladera's art, it feels like it's suited for this. So this is an exciting kind of little development here. We always knew we were getting some sort of a series. I think doing it in an animated series, an adult animated series, I think is a really cool idea. But we did track 16 copies of this sold, and there's no doubt this is why the dip is over for a while at least. Should have got in while the getting was good. I did not. This one hurts a little bit. I am sitting over here with this being the only one missing of the run, and it hurts. But yeah, this is cool. Super excited to see what's happening and what will happen with these series. So definitely some buzz around this series again.
Yep.
Yeah, I think with Something's Killing the Children, I think there's a lot of expectations of what's to come. I don't know what happened with the Netflix deal, but it was sitting in limbo. This is one of those books that we know it's coming. Like it's like the Spawn movie. We know it's coming. It's just when will it come? And I think the problem that we were facing, and I think a lot of us was thinking about, myself included, was like, is it going to be called Something's Killing the Children? Is it going to be called House of Slaughter? I think now that Blumhouse is involved, I think it's going to be called Something's Killing the Children now. Like, Blumhouse is now, nah, we don't play that game. We'll do it. And what I love about it, it's going to be a low budget thing because that's their style. They don't do anything past 60 mil. So it's going to be focused more on the story than anything else. And to throw in a little animated part to it, I think that's kind of cool as well. It could still eventually end up on Netflix. It's just done by Blumhouse. So that's still a possibility.
I don't know if they would go that route. No, I know. Yeah, I mean, like pretty much everything almost ends up on Netflix at some point. But Blumhouse responsible for like Five Nights at Freddy's. What's that movie I think it's in theaters now or something? Black Phone.
Black
Is that
Phone, yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're responsible for that. Now,
Megan.
yeah, I feel kind of happy and relieved that if somebody's going to be handling such a title, I think they're a perfect fit for it. Now, when it comes to Something is Killing the Children, the comic book, well, clearly it's been a hit since its release. I mean,
Right.
top sale for this over on Cover Price's website. I'm going to just tell you guys right now, we're going back to 2021, and that is obviously, whether you want to call it pandemic COVID numbers or whatever it is, it hit $1,500 in a CGC 9.8 at its peak, guys. And here we are now in 2025 with this news, not too far off, man. We're shying away by like what? Just a couple bucks. So here we are at $1,459. Lots of copies. Of course, it did move because, as you can see, there was a 7-day growth trend of 55%. But I do think once this comes out, man, people are going to go nuts, absolutely nuts. And I really hope it's going to be handled well. That's all I want.
Right.
Because if that's, if it gets poor treatment, well, now it's not just the live action we're going to be seeing, guys. There's also an animated. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I think the richness of the Slaughterverse, I think it, like I said, I think it lends itself to that treatment, right? Like we can get the movie, and the movie will probably be, awesome and very cool. But I think with what he has developed the Slaughterverse into, I think creating that adult animated show would absolutely suit how they have built this out over time. With House of Slaughter, with everything that's gone on with this series and all of the characters around it. So I think it's a perfect fit, both in style and in production company. I think it's a great fit. Now they just have to execute. So yeah, I'm excited.
And the way I see it, I see Something's Killing the Children as the movie. I see House of Slaughter as the animated series.
Agree. That's exactly what I was thinking. So, and I think it's suited to that as well.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Now, somebody in the chat said something that I said last night, and it's exactly what I said. When it comes to the casting of Erica, I can't help but think of Anya Taylor-Joy. I really think that she would be a perfect casting. Just to show you guys very quickly, man, if you guys know exactly what Erica Slaughter looks like, I think she's got it, man. I think she's got it, dude.
She definitely has. Yeah, she's definitely got the features to pull that off. I think. It's like, it's something about the whole. You get like if you put the
jaw on the mask,
the jaw, the mask right over there. It's like it's the exact same. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
I think she would be perfect casting, but with a studio like Blumhouse, they like to keep the budget low, and so whatever she's asking, I don't know if they're willing to pay it. You get what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's like I think the casting choice would be fantastic. I don't think Blumhouse will spend that kind of money.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We shall see. We shall see. But let me pull this down before you get a glimpse of my Google search history. We are looking at number 8 here, guys, and of course we've got Something is Killing the Children number 1 with a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at $1,459. 7-day trend of 55%. Oh man, if you're wondering why I said Muppet Babies, and these guys, it's still drilled in my head. Here we go with number 7. Well done.
Translated. Number 7, Spider-Man Wolverine number 6, but no one cares about Spider-Man Wolverine right now. Everybody cares about Greg Land's Muppet variant of someone who I thought I would have never seen make this list, and that's the Swedish Chef. Pulling off his best 340 impersonation. Well, not 340, actually. This is Wolverine number 1. It just reminded me of 340 for a quick second, but this is a cover of Wolverine number 1. This is an homage. Oh my goodness, this came out of nowhere. I knew these books were coming. I was excited for these books. I didn't think these books were going to be what they are. We have a high sale of this book, a high graded sale of $54 in 9.8. That's actually pretty good for a 9.8. That's actually fantastic for a 9.8. But we tracked 18 copies sold. This is crazy. The Muppets will be hitting Broadway for the first time ever. I'm kind of shocked at that. The Muppets will have a new show that's going to have Sabrina Carpenter, no less. And the Muppets are making, you know, to say the Muppets are making a comeback, I don't know about that. They've always been there. And the thing is, they had their highs, they have their lows. I like this is a Muppet household, guys. My daughter wants to be a puppeteer. That's like one of her dreams. So she absolutely loves the Muppets. And she watches it all the time. We watch the Muppet Show. We watch the movies. We watch anything that's Muppet related. We do. We've gone to the studios. So we have a studio here in Queens that they have a whole bunch of Muppet stuff there. We go there almost all the time just to see the Muppets. So this is huge. In fact, it was to the point that when we were talking about it, I was like, no, I got to cover the odds because the odds have the Muppets.
Yep.
So there you have it, guys. The Muppets.
I love it, man. That was so well done. Travis, I know you also were a fan of this because when it crossed, I think it was FOC, man. We were talking about this, or it was a new comic book they show. Can't remember. Prime example of we do too many shows together. But yes, exactly. It's in your possession. There you have it. Put it up again. I want to see what it looks like in person. There you go. Look at that. Look at that.
I love this book.
Yep.
It's so awesome. We are also a diehard Muppets household, and so when these started coming across, and it does show that we do too many shows together because I cannot remember for the life of me what show that was. But when these came across, I was very, very excited and managed to get a hold of them, and I think I have most of them that have come out now, so that's very exciting. Also, we're celebrating the 70th anniversary. That's the whole point of these covers. These are some great homages. All of them have been great so far. Another thing to mention, the Muppets are getting some love down at the House of Mouse too. They did close off the Muppet Vision 3D. And they closed it off, and they happened to close it the week before I went down there, so I did not get to experience it for one last time. Not bitter at all. But they are revamping the old Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster. It will now be the Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster, hosted by the very legendary Dr. Teeth. So it should be a lot of fun. I am thrilled for this. I'm excited for the new series. I mean, we stand the Muppets in this household.
I'm not going to doubt the Muppet love at all, man. The fact that you were very in-depth about just something taking place at the House of Mouse. That's right, Disney. Jesus.
They bought them.
Very well versed when it comes to Muppets.
Yeah, that was the childhood. I mean, I've watched them as long as I've been on this planet, and now my kid watches them, and it's fantastic. It's just the Muppets are never not fun. Let's just put it that way.
But there are several other covers as well. Of course, like you said, they're celebrating the 70th anniversary of the Muppets, and there's been many other homages, man, including even Infinity Gauntlet. Guys like Miss Piggy's there in the middle, square center right there as basically Thanos.
Don't forget AF-15, which is actually at number 12.
Yes, so, AF-15. Yeah, of course. But let's not give away what else we're going to see here on the show because, guys, at number 7, we've got Spider-Man and Wolverine issue number 6. This is a Greg Land cover, and it is the Muppets variant with a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at $54, 7-day trend of 53%. All right, Travis, what do we got at number 6?
The artist that spoiled the perfect sweep last week has found their way back to the list. Flops is back with Hello Halloween number 1, the glow-in-the-dark Virgin variant. This is a Boom Direct Reserve, limited to 300. Got a 7-day growth trend on this bad boy of 100%, and 10 copies sold that we tracked with a high raw sale of $95 for a raw near mint copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of about $80. Flops is back again, and man, absolutely crushing it. I love this cover. It started to float around in the chat this past week or so, and I was like, dude, Flops is killing it right now, and this is just another example of some next level top tier stuff, and spooky, but kind of not spooky. I don't know. Very awesome either way.
Yeah.
Hello, nurse.
Oh yeah.
Come on, it's Flops, guys, and he's continuing that color trend, the nice subtleties of like 70s horror in there, and then it's Halloween, just in time for Halloween. 300 copies.
Yeah.
What else can you say? Had to be on the list.
Yeah.
Had to be.
Igor, man, saying that the cover looks so much better in person. Congratulations to you, first off, for even locking one down, because this actually, like, I believe it crashed the Boom site once it went live, because this was available on the Boom Direct Reserve, and it instantly sold out, guys. There was only 300 copies. Now, speaking flops, man, I think it's safe to say on my end, man, that flops is like coming up there in my favorites of artists today, man. When you see some of the other stuff that Flops is doing, I encourage you guys go check out Flops's Instagram as well. He's putting out some amazing stuff, man. Super nice guy to even just chop it up with, chat with. I'm sure you guys have also, got wind and seen the episode with Matt and John, but such a great person, dude. And the work, I was saying it again last night, man. I'm looking at the artwork. If I was still playing music and I was in a band, I would want Flops doing my album cover, my merchandise, my posters. I would want all of that. And I would love to see Flops start doing some interiors on some books too, because I think, man, on interiors, holy cow, man.
Yep.
Would be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yep, I think Magnus just said this, and it's kind of something we talk about. It comes up quite a bit about Flops being unique. Like, it's him when you see it, and I think that's when like, for me, it's always when that an artist is starting to like really hit that groove. They're starting to kind of hit that next level. Like when you start to be able to just walk by a shelf of comics and say, "Oh, that's Flops. Oh, that's Frizen. Oh, that's Shubina." Like that's when you're getting to that next level. Oh, that's easily Mark Spears. That's a Mark Spears book. Yeah, grab it. That kind of stuff. Like that for me is like, that's the moment. Like when you're like, oh, I can recognize this. I don't need to know what book it is. I don't need to even see a signature. I know exactly who did this.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm the same way. Like you mentioned something about album covers and stuff like that. It immediately gets me thinking of one of my favorite industrial rock bands, KMFDM, and they have an artist by the name of Brute that does most of their covers. Flops gives me that same feel to it, where there's a story behind it, but it has a certain aesthetic to it, which is fantastic. And one of the things that we talk about Mark Spears a lot, and there's this oversaturation of Mark Spears. There isn't an oversaturation of Flops. I think Flops has been very coy in what he puts out, but when it comes out, it's one of those things that it just automatically makes lists. So,
yeah,
shout out.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, man. But like I said, great work coming out of Flops. I'd love to see Flops doing some interiors. And speaking band covers, man, one of my favorite bands is actually Alexis on Fire, Canadian band, very well known. And they just announced that they're in the process of working towards a new album. So hey, Flops, go check out the cover for Alexis on Fire. Watch out. Who knows? Maybe, hey, put those two guys together. Yo, I want Alexis and Flops to connect, man. I think that would be awesome. But anyways, man, I think it's awesome to see this on the list because, guys, at number 6, we've got Hello Halloween, the Flops cover, which is a glow-in-the-dark virgin variant. It was available on Boom Direct Reserve, only limited to 300, and boy, did that site take a beating once this went live. Top sale for this one for a raw near mint already at $95, and that just dropped a few days ago, guys. 7-day trend of 100%. Now we are getting into some good talks here. I can't wait. What do we got at number 5, Izzy?
At number 5, Void Rivals number 1. This is the regular cover from Image Comics. This has a high sale, graded sale of $84.09.8 with a 7-day trend of 173%. Let's face it, guys, we've been waiting for this moment to finally come, and it has finally come. The Energon universe will have an adult animated series that was announced by Hasbro and Skybound with the showrun of Joe Henderson to kick off a new era. of animations. We tracked 31 copies were sold. This book, you could still pretty much pick it up at a good price. It's about $13 fair market value. But what's important to note is we're getting all new Transformers. We're going to be getting G.I. Joe. We're going to get Void Rivals. This is the book that kicked off the Energon universe. I can't wait to see it, but I have to say, justice for Bumblebee.
Yeah, big justice. You know what? I'm gonna save everything I have to say for a book later on when it comes to the news that has come out regarding the Energon universe, and obviously now there's something in the works here. But Travis, what do you have to say about this one?
I am so glad I jumped on these things when I did, when they were, when they were at cover price and everything like this. It's just this felt big when it came out, right? I mean, when you finish reading that first issue, the holy crap factor, right? And Gabe's gonna
Things transforming.
Don't give up the spoiler. Don't give up the spoiler. It's only 2 years old.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like hitting that spoiler at the end. I remember reading this for the first time and like there was nobody around, so I just looked around at nobody and was like, did anybody like I was looking for confirmation of what was happening.
Yeah, big moment.
Yeah, big moment. And I was so excited about it. And I've stayed excited about it. The Energon universe has just been fantastic. It's been fantastic in every way since Robert Kirkman kicked it off several years ago. So, I am so excited about this. Lando, like you said, we might be talking about the Energon universe a little bit more tonight. So very excited about that and excited to see this really cool, rich, new take on some of these classic characters getting their due, especially in a animated series. Like it feels like it works. It feels like we're where we're supposed to be with this.
Yeah, I'm super excited seeing an animated version of this. And it was funny now that you mentioned that when this book first came out, there was a general buzz behind it, right? Like, oh, what's this Void Rivals? Robert Kirkman has this. No one knew what it was, right? And no one even thought about it. Like it was one of the best kept secrets, which is hard in this day and age to keep, right? So when you finally get the book, I remember talking to my boy who's a dealer, and I said, "What's the secret of Void Rivals?" And he says, "Oh, it's big." And I'm like, okay, it's like, you want to know? It's like, no, I'll get the book. So when I read the book, and it is funny because it's only just a few years, not even a year or two passed since the IDW run, right?
Exactly.
So it's just a short amount of time. You open up this book and there you see it. You're like there was this general excitement behind it of something that we've seen countless times before, but there's something fresh about it that was like, what just happened? Because we did, of course, you see this book, you don't think Transformers, you just don't.
Right.
And then poof, there it is, right in your face. So
unfortunately, I did see some spoilers prior to the release of this, but besides that, it didn't kill my buzz whatsoever. If anything, it only amplified more. You were just talking about how this was short years after the Transformers IDW stuff, but don't forget, guys, the Energon universe goes beyond Transformers. We have other characters as well. G.I. Joe, man, like literally Cobra Commander had its own title. It goes way more than just that. And G.I. Joe actually still has G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, ongoing as well at the same time. Might cause some confusion amongst some readers, whatever, but it's very simple, man. Stick with the Void Rivals stuff right now when anything Void Rivals related is what you want to keep up with. Now, the Void Rivals title itself, kind of like the Ultimate Universe. Okay, let's talk the Ultimate Universe and compare it with that. Very quickly, yes, everyone's talking about Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate Black Panther, all of these characters, but the Ultimates is where literally so much is happening, and it is very key to what's going on. And it is the same thing when it comes to everything happening in the Energon universe, I encourage everybody to pick up Void Rivals. I saw somebody in the chat mentioning that there are like so many prints. Yes, there's several prints of this, surpassing 10 prints, and the 10th print was the one that had the gold foil, and it does look good, man. There's 3 of those, one exactly like this in full, and then 2 in full of these characters that you see here in half. It's such a good read, and I'm super happy to hear this news. I'll save what I want to say regarding the adult animated stuff because, man, I am so excited for all of this. Guys, we are eating good, man. We are eating good as nerds, especially if you're fans of such IPs as G.I. Joe, Transformers, and all that good stuff. Number 5, Void Rivals. Number 1, with a top sale for CGC 9.8 at $84, 7-day trend of 173%. If you can't pick up that first print, I encourage you all, go and pick up the later prints. Give this a read. It will not disappoint. Now, it is time we talk about number 4, Travis. What do we got?
Black Hole 1. It's number 4. We have Black Hole number 1 from 1995 Kitchen Sink. We got a top sale of a CGC 9.8 at $450, a 7-day growth trend of 109%. So what is the whole thing behind Black Hole 1 if you haven't heard of it? Netflix has secured the rights to Black Hole and have given it a straight to series order. So we did track 27 copies sold this week, and that 450 for that CGC 9.8, that's a big sale, especially when you're looking at the fact that we have a current raw near mint value of this at $33. So this is kind of one of those, like, if the CGC graded sales are going to continue to trend that way, which we don't know. I mean, they may or may not, but that $33 ain't feeling too hard of a hit into the wallet at all. So go grab one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if these are going to continue to stay up there and you can get that in a raw, that feels like an easy grab.
Izzy, before you take this one away, I have to give Travis a kudos for the Soundgarden Black Hole sound.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Shout out to Soundgarden.
I've had Chris Cornell on the brain. We watched Casino Royale last night, so it's just been Chris Cornell all day in the head.
I'm a huge Audio Slave fan myself. I love everything Chris Cornell touches, man, and gone way too soon, man. But Kitchen Sink, Black Hole, Netflix lost. Something's killing it. Went with a black hole. That's what's going on here. This is an option news, of course, and like all option news, take it with a grain of salt. I'm with you. If the 9.8 is going for 450 and the near mints are going for 33, pick up the near mint raws, guys. Don't go crazy. And let it cool off because again, it could sit for a while before something can finally happen. Yeah.
But don't forget, we go back to 1995 with this issue, man. So maybe those, raw copies could be a little difficult to come across in high grades. But one thing is for certain. When this hit the list, when I heard the news about Black Hole coming out, this is a series I had never read. And now it is 12 issues, and I'm at issue 5. And let me tell you guys, this is an absolute trip. I was reading this and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? Like, it is so wild, but it is good, man. It like reeled me in, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, 5 issues in, it kind of stands the test of time. It's literally, kind of like Walking Dead, all black and white, you know what I mean? On the interiors, the artwork is very I don't even know what's the word I'm looking for, man. It's good, you know what I mean? Like, everything, like I said, it stands the test of time. I thought it's been very good up until now. I'm at issue 5. It's a bit of a trip. I'm kind of like, okay, well, what's going on at certain points, but rather interesting. So now that I have an idea of what this story is, when it's going to come to live action, I kind of know what to anticipate here, and it's rather trippy. Totally something I could see Netflix, putting out there.
At the same respect, it's a 1995 Kitchen Sink, which does have a good history. It's a good indie company from back in the day. Yep. So these are one of those books. This is one of those books that if it does catch on fire, and that's always a possibility, you could see a potential huge book in front of you. So if you do see it at a very low price, then yeah, go for it. If you're looking at the investment value with it, I'll wait a week or 2 or 2 weeks or something like where people are not talking about it to go ahead and grab it. But it might be hard to find. And Kitchen Sink is, like I said, this is as indie gets, man. When you want to talk about indie comics, you talk about Kitchen Sink Press.
Yeah, and only because you guys brought up the comparison between a 9.8 and when it comes to, let's say, raw copies out there being $33. In total on the CGC census, there's 46 copies, 3 of them being signed, 43 obviously blue labels, universal. And when it comes to the 9.8s actually have the most on the population report, but it's only 23 out there. The rest of that, you're looking at 9.6s, there's 11 of them, 9.4s, there's 3 of them, and then the rest, it just goes up until about 7.0. So not many copies out there on the census. So if you do find raw copies in good condition, might be a good book to scoop up in.
Yeah,
hands down, without a doubt.
Yeah, I dig this, and like I said, I'm giving it a read. I'm at issue 5, and it's been a trip. I know what you guys are thinking. That cover looks a little like something, but we won't get into that because Black Hole number 1 comes in at number 4 with a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at a very impressive $450. 7-day trend of 109%. Yo, the final 3 books are totally my jam. Let's get into it. Izzy, what do we got?
Number 3, Sonic the Hedgehog, Chaotix. That's how you say it, Chaotix. 30th anniversary special number 1. This is from Natalie Fordrain. Retailer incentive the 1 in 25 ratio. Top sale of a raw near mint copy of $153. Wow, what a book. And yeah, there is a fan base for Sonic. Sonic has a huge fan base, especially when it comes to the comic collectors. Anybody who collects comic books that is a Sonic the Hedgehog fan struggles to find these books. So this is just one of those books that you're going to add to your collection at $153 at a high sale, really on a common raw for $110.
Yep.
Wowzer.
I'm gonna put it out there. I came across this copy and it was available on a website of a shop and I almost bought it, but the price tag was a bit high for me. And at that point, the price tag that I'm saying was high was $60. And I thought, man, $60, 1 in 25. I'm not gonna make the bite for it. It is not
idiot.
Yeah.
Three times over.
Yeah, Drain covers do very well on the aftermarket, but I was like, come on, man, it's Chaotix 30th anniversary. I didn't think anything of it, so I was like, $60, I'll wait for it to come down. Yeah, you know what, Lando? Keep waiting is what I'm being told, because $153. It does it surprise me? At this point, not anymore. I'll be honest with you, because Natalie Fordrain has crushed it on all of these incentives when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog. If you guys have been paying attention, man, Fordrain's just crushing it. These covers do so well on the aftermarket. The earlier issues, of course, being a lot more harder to come across, and they do command premium. But to see this one kind of blew me away, man. I'm not gonna lie. I regret not picking it up at $60 totally, but at the same time, I'm not the type of guy that's gonna pick it up for a flip. Like, that's for my collection. And very impressive sale here at $153.
So you're just gonna hurt more for the sake of your collection, is what you're saying?
I guess so, man. Dude, I looked at this and I'm like, I'm okay to kind of like, let this go at $60 because I'm like, it's Chaotix and okay, cool, whatever. But at the same time, it wasn't like a main character that I care for, right? And here we are now, and I'm like, oh my god.
Look, I can't judge. I absolutely paid a markup on a Back to the Future popcorn bucket last night, so I'm not judging you right now. Okay, there's not an AMC within an hour to my house. I gotta make do with what I got here. Okay, so I want to circle back to what you said about Natalie Fordrain, like legendary. Like when it comes to Sonic covers, like different stratosphere, like just absolutely legendary. And it's funny you mentioned that, because we were talking about some of the older issues, and we bring this up a lot. I know I say it a lot, like these old IDW series, not old, but these older IDW series where, you're getting these retailer incentives where stores are just not ordering this many books to get these retailer incentives. We always see them pop. Always. There are a litany of Star Trek IDW variants that I can't get my hands on because of the price of them. And this is kind of different from that. This is this is a newer book. This just came out, but still, we're seeing it. I think it's a combination of that. I think it's Natalie Fordrain. I think it's a combination of the fact that this is one of these retailer incentive books. But I gotta say, I mean, I'm not in it at 150, but I would have been in it at 60, Lando, and I don't collect Sonic like you do, dog.
I know. Rub it in my face.
Was that 60 Canadian?
60 Canadian. 60 Canadian. I know, chump change for you, guy.
You know, I'm not a Sonic collector, so I can't really say much towards that. But what I do know is that every time I see a Sonic book that has a 1 in 25, 1 in 50, or something like that, it always seems to hit the market. It always seems to be a top seller. It's always high in demand. So if I was a shop, which I'm not, but if I was a shop, I would buy them just because I know that. And I know these books are going to sell, even though, you know, if I have to buy 25 copies to get this one copy, I'm willing to do that because I know the other 25 are going to sell.
Yeah.
You get what
Eventually,
I'm saying?
yeah,
I know
absolutely.
it will, because they're for kids and kids eat it up.
What are you calling
Landos,
me, man?
and Landos.
What are you calling me, man?
Calling you a kid, man. We were just singing Muppet Babies, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for the lullaby earlier in the show. But
No
when it comes to the ratios, though, you know, it's funny you mentioned that. Like, you know, if I was a shop, I'd be ordering more copies, and I would go for the ratios. But to be honest with you, they've recently moved the goalpost, because for the longest time it was like 1 in 10s, right? And if you go back here, you know what? I'll do it live because I just want to prove a point when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog, because it's only for kids. I just want to show you guys. When it comes to the ratios, we will pick the most random issue. Here, I don't know. I'm putting Sonic the Hedgehog issue 26, and I'm going to just pull up what Cover Price has on the website. Here's the 1 in 10 Natalie Fordrain, okay? Most random book. We did not pre-scout this. We're just having this conversation live with you guys. I'm
doing it live.
I'm going to share my screen with you. So here you go. Here's the 1 in 20, the 1 in 10 for the Natalie Fordrain. Let me fix this for you guys so it looks a little cleaner.
Also fire. I'm just going to say that cover is fire.
Yeah, talk to the hand, Travis. Coming straight from Dr. Eggman himself. But 1 in 10, what are we looking at? $150, September 1st of 2025. That is a 1 in 10. Highest known value, $396. So just to give you an idea.
Raw.
Yeah, these are 1 in 10s. 1 in 10s, very hard to come across. No matter which issue it is commanding great coin on the aftermarket. So do I want to kick myself for passing on this? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will continue to do so, guys, because at number 3, we've got Sonic the Hedgehog Chaotix 30th Anniversary Special number 1, Natalie Fordrain Retailer Incentive, which is a 1 in 25 ratio, and it's got a top sale for a run near mint at $153. 7-day trend for this bad boy is 82%. If you guys thought I went on a rant there, brace yourself for what's next at number 2. Travis, what do we got?
A book nobody has. I'm just kidding. Transformers number 1, the Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer cover A. We have a top sale of $120. So I got dyslexic there for a second. $120 for a CGC 9.8, tracking 15 copies sold, 7-day growth trend of 134%. Guys, this is the one that everybody was excited for Void Rivals, but this was the one when it came out, the buzz really ramped up. I mean, there was buzz, but I mean, it hit a whole new gear when we found out that Transformers was coming to Image. I know I lost my mind and bought a lot of these, and have bought subsequent printings of these.
Boy.
Yeah, this book, this is one of the only series outside of, in recent memory that's outside of the big two, that I have bought every cover A and just about every extra printing of. Like, it's gotten ridiculous. My wife was like, I know you like Transformers, but I didn't think you liked them like that. I was like, I did, but I didn't like them like that. I love like very much. Nah, this is Daniel Warren Johnson absolutely crushed the first kind of saga of this series. It has been fantastic, and now we're getting Kirkman on it with Dan Mora. Y'all, I love this. This is so great. I'm so excited about this series.
You know what I love about this series, especially with Daniel Warren Johnson writing and this time he was doing the art. I just love the fact that he threw wrestling moves in there. You had a clothesline, you had a suplex, to the point that when he passed the baton to Corona, he was like, I gotta learn how to do what? Yep, you gotta learn how to do this move and that move. And like I said, justice for Bumblebee. My goodness, this story is so good.
Yep.
And it was something different. There's this raw emotion that comes from it as well, that only Daniel Warren Johnson can really bring out in a comic book and stuff like that. I wasn't too keen about his art style on the book at first. When I first no, let me explain myself for a second. So I knew about Daniel Warren Johnson before with Do a Powerbomb. So I know his art style there. I didn't think of that for Transformers. That's what I'm saying. When I got to read the book, I was sold. Like, you know what I mean? Because again, you don't put that in when you think of Transformers, you think about this anime manga style to it. You know, everybody that came before it did that style. And what they ended up doing is like they said, oh no, we're gonna make it a little different. And they made it work. And it works really well. There's a simplicity to it that you don't see in a Transformers book. And that's why. And now that Dan Mora's going to come back, I think it's going to go back to that classic look and feel because of his work in Power Rangers and things like that. But I think here we had something really special with Daniel Warren Johnson on this book. And that's what made this book really a top seller month over month over month over month.
Yep. I'm happy you brought up Do a Powerbomb because that is one of my favorite titles that Daniel Warren Johnson ever touched. You guys know that all three of us here are definitely huge wrestling fans, but yet we're sacrificing Monday nights to bring you guys the top 10 and not watching Monday Night Raw. But besides that,
who are the shoes? Who are the shoes?
But when it comes to Do a Powerbomb, you know, I really got to grasp Daniel Warren Johnson's writing style as well. Yes, his artwork was absolutely stunning. It stood out to me. Very fitting for Do a Powerbomb, and it fits so well for Transformers as well. And kind of what you were just saying, Izzy, Travis, man, when you see what Daniel Warren Johnson was doing within these interiors, man, it was so incredible. And then even in issue 25, when we get the transition from Daniel Warren Johnson literally to Dan Mora, there's a scene where it's the all hail Megatron and all of that stuff. And it fades, man. It's fading, very movie style, man. And then you get the two logos of the Autobots, the Decepticons. It is so stunning, man. The interiors of this book have been amazing. The story itself has been absolutely amazing from front to back. Not one issue felt like a filler or anything. It always progressed the story. Now, when it comes to the adult animated show, guys, I'm going to say a few things, and it's straight to the point. Adult animated, Robert Kirkman, Invincible. Let's think about that for just a quick second, right? When we look at Invincible, the success it had over at Amazon, I really hope this is headed to Amazon because the way it was handled, what's happening in this book, man, is pretty hardcore. I want to see that when it comes to the adult animated show, and I have nothing but faith. If Kirkman is going to be behind this, oh, baby, I think they are going to bring it, and that is the perfect way to go about this. I know we got Transformers in live action, but in an animated, guys, when we think back to our childhoods, when we were watching the cartoons in the 80s, the movies and all of that stuff, I feel like if we're going to get an animated right now, we just might have some of the best stuff ever since then. And it is something I personally cannot wait for. And if I have to ask, please, let's start a campaign, guys. If there's one thing I would love to see, man, as a fan service, if we're going to get the introduction of Shredhead in the adult animated, please, let's have Daniel Warren Johnson voice him. That's all I would love as a fan service character. Dude, it's a Transformer he created. Let's go, man. I want to see Kirkman, I would love to see that, man. If Daniel Warren Johnson could be the one to voice him, I think it would be awesome. You could throw the effects on there, do whatever you got to
That's
do to make
hilarious.
it sound.
It's not this printing, but we talked about the multiple printings that came after this book, or after this initial release of this book, and I have to say, every now and then you get a cover that you have like within arm's reach, that you just every now and then just pull it out, take a look at it, and be like, yeah, that's a good one, and then put it back. Right, the 10th, I think it's the 10th printing. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's the 10th printing. It's this cover, but it's Starscream. Yeah, with the gold band, but it's Starscream. And
hold on, yeah, they did the gold one. Of
They did
course,
the gold one.
He did homage himself.
he homaged himself in the Starscream cover. It's in a box close by, and I will literally look at that thing like once a week. I'll just be like, I like this one a lot. It's just one of my favorite covers ever. I love it. It's so good, man.
Well, it's so funny because over the weekend I was watching Transformers 1 with my daughter, because my daughter wanted to see Transformers 1, and I just went like this. Oh no, we're watching it. If you guys haven't seen Transformers 1, it is such a good movie. It doesn't beat Transformers the movie, which I consider to be the best, because that's just me. That was the moment where my childhood died, the moment Optimus Prime died. But it's such a good movie. Got it. If you haven't checked it out, watch it. And like, seriously, it needs love. It needs that love. And I think seeing an animated version of the Energon universe that's coming up, I don't know what to expect. You mentioned Invincible and stuff like that. It's Hasbro. They do have a deal with Paramount, so it might be a Paramount thing or something like that with the other Transformer movies. But don't let Michael Bay touch it. Please do not let Michael Bay touch this.
No, dude, it's animated. It is animated.
No, but I'm saying as a producer, because that's always gonna happen.
Yeah, there's going to be animated explosions everywhere, but I do want to see this brought forth by, in the same style. I mean, IPs, guys, are really what's dominating all across, man, whether it be, on television, whether it be at the theater, whatever it is, it's just doing, all IPs are doing well. And I think this is great, man, especially with Transformers, G.I. Joe. Don't forget, there's a lot more within the Void Rivals universe than just the Transformers, but I would love, like I said, I'm going to start a campaign, guys. Cover price, if you're going to clip this and make this a reel all over your socials, guys, tag Daniel Warren Johnson. Let's make this happen. I want to see Daniel Warren Johnson voice Shredhead in an adult animated, because that would be absolutely amazing. And another thing that is amazing is that Transformers #1 came in at #2 this week, guys, with a top sale for a CGC 9.8. at $120, 7-day trend of 134%. Cover price asked the question earlier, which cover is king when it comes to this? For me, it's always cover A, first print, no matter what. Always stands that test of time. Izzy, let's wrap it up with #1. What do we got?
At #1 is Venom 250, the Nick Bradshaw homage to Jazz Hand Secret Wars #8, featuring Ralph the dog from the Muppets. This had a top sale of a raw near mint of $50, and we tracked 23 copies with a 7-day growth trend of 356%. That is insane. This book is going for an average of $31 right now, and Muppets are getting the love they deserve. And in this household, we're all about the Muppets and Jazz Hands. But Ralph the dog as Venom, my goodness.
I've been doing this for like 3 minutes straight.
I know.
My hands are so tired.
Oh, where's the piano?
I hit #1, guys. Yay, finally.
Wow.
Greatest #1 book ever.
It's so great. This was one I actually did not get on release. I had to go and get it after the fact, but I did get it early after release, so I was very fortunate. But yeah, This one crushes. This is my favorite of the bunch. I am so like I had to get this because if you got Secret Wars 8, you gotta have this one for me. If you're a Muppets fan, like you gotta complete the set. They have to. You just got to. So yeah, this is fantastic. I love that they didn't just stop at having Rolf as Mr. Jazz Hands, but that they continued and added all the Muppets in the background with all the other characters back there. It's so fantastic. Kermit as Mr. Fantastic is wonderful. It's just a great cover. I love it. This is such just a worthy number one this week for me. I absolutely love it.
I know you both love it because you love Muppets and everything, but man, this was an open order book, and if I'm not mistaken, Lefteros was here in the chat. Shout out to him. I appreciate the compliment on the Shredhead voicing with myself, but no, I want Daniel Warren Johnson. But when it comes to Lefteros, I believe this was on his list, and I saw it at open order, and I'm like, man, you know what? I love Secret Wars issue 8, of course, and like it's been homage to death, and by no means did I think that this would be where it's at, because we're looking at it now at number one. As I said, there's been so many, and I mean so many Muppet homage covers that I personally thought would have taken way more of a presence on the top 10 list. And example, we were talking about the AF-15, right? Izzy, you were bringing that up a little earlier.
Even number 12.
Yeah, one I totally thought would have probably cracked the list, but there was also that Silver Surfer 4 homage cover. I think it's Gonzo and Kermit on there. With Silver Surfer and Thor, one of my all-time favorite covers ever. And man, I thought that one was going to get some love. No, here we are looking at this one, and man, it's such a treat. It's such a treat. You never know.
So when you look at this book, it goes back to the Disney books when Disney was doing all the homages, right? But there's something different, and now we might get an oversaturation coming up soon with all these homages, but I think there's something special about these early ones that always comes out. And I think, Toy Story watch next. But there is this general love for the Muppets that I think a lot of people, if you love the Muppets, you absolutely love the Muppets. There's not you like the Muppets. It's either you love the Muppets or you don't. Yeah. And what's awesome about the Muppets is that they're a bridge for kids and adults. I think they were one of the very first types of IPs that they didn't talk down to the kids. It was the humor was adult. Like there's a lot of adult humor in the Muppets.
Yep.
But it's enough that it goes over the head of the kid and the adult could enjoy it. So it's the first time that as a kid you could watch the Muppets, but then the parent could watch the Muppets with you. And it doesn't go to that level of going too beyond adult to the point that parents are like, oh no, we can't watch this. It was just the right subtlety of it, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what makes the Muppets so great, and it stands the test of time. You gotta love the Muppets. If you don't love the Muppets, there's something terribly wrong with you.
It's like I said, it's something that is obviously near and dear to your heart, near and dear to my heart. Love the Muppets. Love being able to pass that on to the kids and have my kid enjoying it. It's a very fun thing. And this is cool for just the homage itself. It's a great homage. It's very, very, very fun and hilarious, and it is very worthy of the Muppet stature, to be honest with you. It's perfect. It's very well done.
And you have Sam the Eagle as Captain America.
Yeah,
how perfect is that?
Yep.
I see that. But they couldn't have made this one any better, man. Right character selections for every character that they're obviously, doing re-editions of. And it's again not one that I thought would have made such a splash on the aftermarket. I really thought some other ones.
I didn't expect it either, to be honest with you.
And what a wild surprise. And one thing I learned from this episode is that the two guys that I host this with, man, have ruined the rest of my night because I have Muppet Babies stuck in my head. That theme song, man, it is so catchy. I hate it. But anyways,
When you know what's kind of weird and you wish you were there.
oh my god, dude, you do it so well. It is scary. It is scary. But guys, at number 1, we've got Venom 250, the Nick Bradshaw Muppets variant, which is a homage cover to Secret Wars 8. Top sale right here for around near mint $50. 7-day trend of 356%. Guys, that was the top 10 show. We hope you had as much fun as we did, because I always have a blast hanging out with these two, and of course you guys in the chat. It's always a pleasure, always a great time. I feel like this list, last week was dominated by Mark Spears, but man, so much to look forward to, man. Again, we're seeing a lot of new comics that just dropped within the last year. Some surprising ones as well when it comes to Black Hole #1. We go back to 1995 with that one, but I am pumped, man. I am so ready for some Energon Universe stuff coming into adult live action. And dude,
I got it. Give me Power Pack Muppet Babies.
Power Pack Muppet Babies. Oh, that would be interesting. Absolutely interesting.
And then
Yes.
They're gonna clip you doing that, man.
That's fantastic.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it, man.
Yeah. I got to see his face backstage. You guys didn't get to see it while he was doing that, man. He put love into that one for you guys.
You, man.
Guys,
like some thick, I admit.
let's go around the horn. And say goodnight to everybody. Travis, take it away, man.
Y'all, thanks again for hanging out. Always love doing this on Mondays with the boys. This has just become a highlight of my week. I'm so thrilled to be here as always. So thanks, Cover Price, for putting up with me again. Chat, y'all keep rocking it. Y'all just make me laugh the whole time I'm here. And we'll see y'all next week. That's all I got. Thanks for trying, Lando.
I was waiting for it, man. I will keep trying every single week. Izzy, they're asking for it. Man. Your sign off just might have to be a little different tonight, man. There you go, guys. You heard it from Izzy straight.
That's your hard-hitting comic analysis for the night, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what you're talking about.
Yep. Is that our sign off? I think we should do it.
Yep.
Sign it off one last time. I just want to see it one more time.
One more.
One more. There you go, guys.
There it is.
Tomorrow night, New Comic Book Day show, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We will see you there. And with whatever Izzy said, have yourselves a good night. Adios.
Bye.